Hey there friends, how's it going today? David Potts with Song Notes here, and a strumming and rhythm lesson for you today, right? I want to talk about some strumming patterns that I would consider must-know, kind of essential strumming patterns for playing songs in 6/8 time. Now 6/8 time is a time signature. It simply refers to songs that have 6 beats per measure, okay? This is something you're gonna run into quite a bit, right? Tennessee Whiskey by Chris Stapleton, Can't Help Falling in Love by Elvis, right? Hallelujah by Leonard Cohen, right? The Game of Thrones theme song, House of the Rising Sun, Tuesday's Gone, Where Did You Sleep Last Night, Mama, Don't Let Your Babies Grow Up to Be Cowboys, We Are the Champions, Norwegian Wood by the Beatles, right? Mr. Bojangles by Jerry Jeff Walker. Tons and tons of songs use this that you have heard of, right? Let's get into this. I'll give you a quick lay of the land. If you want to go deeper with any of these strumming patterns or use the backing tracks I have to practice this, with a video and sort of audio aid to see where the beats are happening, it's all over on my website, songnotes.net. You can find it all there. And as well as all these song lessons that I talked about as well. I have over almost 300 song lessons. About, I'd say, 10% of them are in 6/8 time. So anything that you learn in this lesson, you can apply to any of those songs. So let's get into it and have some fun with this one. Now, the first one I would recommend is just simply doing a down strum on the first beat of each measure. This is going to require you to listen to hear when that first beat occurs, but typically it's going to be emphasized, it's going to be accented, there might be a chord change there. Let me put on a drum track. This is available on my website. See if you can hear when the one count is happening, right? I'll give you a hint. It's going to align with the bass drum, right? The thick, low underneath drum, right? One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Easiest way to get into this, down strum on the one count. It requires you to listen, right? To know when that one count is coming up again next. You don't want to be late, right? But this is a great way you could play any song like this. For example, if I want to play that Elvis song, Wise Men Say, a little bit slower than he does it, only fools rush in. Okay, now another way to get going with this is just to do another down strum on the 4 count. This is going to be the 1 count and the 4 count. These are the strong beats in 6/8 time, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You could sing a song like this, right? I've heard there was a secret chord that David played and it pleased the Lord, but you don't really care for music, do you? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2. You get the idea, right? It's a great way to get into a song. You're grooving along. When you're doing a strum every 3 counts like that, you're giving your strumming hand something more to do. I find that it helps me kind of stay connected to the music more. I think of a boat that's tied up at a dock or a pier. If there's too much slack on the rope, the boat can kind of be a little bit further from the dock than you want. Having that extra strum in there kind of keeps things a bit more tightly in your kind of grasp so you can kind of get to the groove a little bit earlier. That's my experience at least. So those first 2 strumming patterns are going to be ones that are going to be great for learning the chord progression of a song, getting comfortable with the chords. If you want to do some basic singing, just use one of these. I would actually probably recommend doing the 1 count and the 4 count together. It's going to give you something, like I said, that's a bit more constant. Just slow it down if it's too fast, and you can kind of get into the zone with whatever you're playing, okay? Now, from here, let's talk about adding filler strums. Filler strums refer to the other additional up and down strums that we're going to add between those strong beat strums I just showed you, okay? The most simple of these, and probably the most essential strum in 6/8 time, perhaps, is going to be this, right? Down, 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 down. It's all down strums, and the down strums are all happening exactly, they're separated just by 1 beat each. But again, the first one and the 4th one are getting an emphasis, an accent, and it's going to align with the strong beat. So if we were to play something like this, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, okay? What I'm doing here is a full strum on each chord on the 1 and the 4 count, but all the other strums, I'm being as light as I can with my strum. I'm still doing that down strum, but I'm just kind of brushing against the strings lightly. I might be just playing the thinnest couple strings, or maybe the 2 or 3 or 4 strings in the middle of the guitar. I'm not doing all the strings all the time, right? That's a great way to sort of add some this dynamic and contrast to your strumming, right? Strong beats get a strong strum, but then the other beats get like a light brush on things. Now you want to have a light grip on your pick. I have a separate video about this. If you hold your pick too tightly, it's going to be impossible to get a light brushy sound. Everything's going to sound harsh. You want to lighten up. Hold this pick just tight enough to keep it in your hands, but loose enough where it kind of bends or breaks on the string, so to speak, and it's going to just create more of like a light dragging sound. Now, from there, we can add filler strums in other places, right? We could add an up-strum, for example, after our second filler down strum. Another way to say that is add an up-strum just before each strong down strum, right? So... down, 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 up, 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 down, down. Okay? You could also move that up strum and put it in between the 2 filler down strums, right? This would be a down, down, up, down, 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 up, down, 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 up, down, 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 up, down. Okay, and I have some examples of this again in a separate video on the website if you want to get a deep dive looking at that one. One other one in this sort of topic of filler strums is just it's almost doing constant down and up strums. The only place we're not going to do an up strum is just after each strong beat down strum. So this would be a down, down, up, down, up, 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 1, 2, and 3, and 4, 5, and 6, and 1, 2, and 3, and 4, 5, and 6, and this is probably what Don't Let Your Babies Grow Up to Be Cowboys is using, right? Cowboys ain't easy to hold and they're harder to love. They'd rather give you a this and the other to love. Willie, Lone Star belt buckles and old faded Levi's, and each night begins a new day. You get the idea. So that one I consider more with country western music especially. It kind of has a nice jangle to it. And a cool trick with this is you could add alternating bass notes on the 1 and the 4 count, right? If you need help with alternating bass notes, I have a nice lesson where I explain the concept and I show you a suggested sort of strings to alternate from for every chord in open position. Okay, so that's it for filler strums there. So stepping away from filler strums, the last topic I want to talk about here are the backbeat, right? Emphasizing the backbeat. That's the 4 count, and really that's going to be where the big emphasis is going to go in these next 2 patterns I show you, right? And what we're also going to bring in is some other strumming techniques and strumming dynamics, such as sort of palm muting, bass note strumming, and silencing the strings. This is going to be something you're going to find in lots of bluesier, rockier stuff where you want to introduce some space to things, right? The simplest way to do this is simply do the bass note strum, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now, when you're getting started with this is really actually kind of beginner friendly in a way, because check this out. On the 1 count, you're doing just the bass note. Of whatever chord you're playing, play the thickest note only, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. And then on the rest of the strings of that chord get strummed on the 4 count. Why I say this is beginner friendly is it gives you extra time to switch to that chord, to get your fingers in place, right? You don't have to get your entire hand in place until the 4 count, right? So let me just play E, A, and B7 in a sort of bluesy progression here. And notice how I'm not going to necessarily get my fretting hand in place until the 4 count, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 again, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, A, right? B7. Okay, that is a nice one to practice. It sort of practices your sort of bass note strumming. You got to target those bass notes, but it gives you that time to get your other fingers in place. Now, what you can do is level that up by bringing in a bit of a palm mute, right? And after we do our 4 count strum, we're going to silence the strings. You can do that with your fretting hand, sort of loosen up your hands off the fretboard, but keep them touching the strings, right? Or you can use your strumming hand. But the overall point in doing this is it kind of creates this percussive, just this contrast between the chord and the silence, right? Lots of songs use this. Tennessee Whiskey, gonna make great use of this. I just did a song, Wondering Why, by the Red Clay Strays, a really nice southern rock sound. Same thing, right? Now what I'm doing here also is for those first 3 counts, I am sort of brushing the bass note only, and I'm kind of doing a palm mute here, right? Where my fleshy part of my palm is next to the saddle of the guitar. It lets me kind of just muffle the string a little bit, and I can kind of bounce off the string, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I meant to do the minor third. So that is one thing you can do there. Again, Tennessee Whiskey is a great one for that. You're as smooth as Tennessee whiskey. You're as sweet as strawberry wine. So lots of good fun you can have with that one. I like how it's slow and spacious. It works really well with bar chords. It works really well on an electric guitar. And it's just one to have in mind. You know, you could play something more soulful like Hallelujah, right? I've heard there was a secret chord that David played and it pleased the Lord, but you don't really care for music, do you? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1. So with all these, you know, which one do you use when? It's a matter of what is the song asking for, what vibe do you want to bring to it, which strums do you feel comfortable with. You could just pick 1 or 2 of these and make that your go-to for 6/8 time, and that would work fine. And I will say, in all my lessons for these songs, I will give you a suggested strum that matches what the artist is playing. But still, in theory, you could use any of these strums for any of those 6/8 time songs. Okay, so anyway, that's going to be it for this little collection here, y'all. I hope you found this helpful. Again, if you want to reference any or all of these on my lesson page at songnotes.net, you're going to find a separate video for each of these patterns. Click on that video. It's going to show me playing it over a G, E minor, C, and D, kind of the 1950s 1, 6, 4, 5 chord progression with a drumming track included. It's just a great way to reference, to see what it sounds like, to compare them all. And then I have 2 different backing tracks, or video backing tracks, you can sort of watch and, again, get that video, audio, sort of seeing which beat you're on and understanding where to strum. It's all over on my website. And of course, I have this print-friendly guide if you want something to print out and follow along and just have in your bag of tricks. And I, of course, also will link to all of these songs that are in 6/8 time that I have taught. So thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video. And until then, take care, my friends. Bye-bye.